you just going to go?
I just figured we can just go and we can cut it as we need it.
Okay. What do you know what you're going to talk about first?
We're sponsored by SE Grocers. What's going on, guys? Collector Squad, welcome. I'm Drew, and this is Austin.
What's up, guys?
Really excited to be here for our first group chat. I guess we're gonna call it squad goals.
Squad goals.
Just talking about our squad goals moving forward, and we'd love to hear what your squad goals are moving forward. We want to really turn this into a community that's not just exclusive to collecting one thing, just collecting in general. Like Austin said on so many videos before, we're not just some people who collect statues. We collect Pokemon cards. Austin's even gotten some Magic cards recently that he's graded. We're into all sorts of collecting. So everyone's welcome. And the purpose of this video is for y'all to get to know us a little better moving forward. And I guess I'm going to let Austin start off in our first segment. We're going to talk about what we collect and what got us into collecting in general. So Austin, take it away, man.
Yeah, so I mean, it probably like a lot of you out there, it started with me just young as a kid getting action figures, and I loved Batman and Ninja Turtles kind of originally, and then when I was 10, I'd already watched the original trilogy of Star Wars, but then when Episode 1 came out, and that just like changed it for me. I was just like all in. I always, again, loved action figure stuff, but then I was just sold on Star Wars, and it just all kind of grew from there. And then about 5 years ago, I had just been kind of like looking around on different websites. I was like, what if there was a way that I could like get representations of the characters that I like from whatever, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and then like get them in my room with me. Like, I just thought that would be so cool to have like kind of a man cave like that. And so I started looking, and obviously Sideshow is one of the first places a Google search will take you. So I saw those first, and then I was like, man, those are pricey. I was like, I don't know if I can swing like $300 to $400 at that time for like a premium format. So I went to kind of the next thing, what I've heard a lot of collectors out there say, and I was like, well, what's smaller, what's cheaper? So I found Kotobukiya. And funny enough, my first Kotobukiya statue I just happened to be in Barnes & Noble, and they came over the intercom, and they were like, DC trivia competition in the back, be there in 5 minutes. And I was like, I might be able to win that. I'll go back there. I told my wife, I was like, let's go back there and see if I can win something. And she was like, well, I'll play too and see if I can win something too. So we went back there. There weren't a ton of people in the competition because it was just kind of spur of the moment. But I won the DC trivia competition, and the prize was the Flash Kotobukiya 1/10 statue. So that was my first ever statue, and I was sold from there. Like, me and my wife, Emily, we were like be watching movies or whatever in the man cave, and she'd be like, and I would just start looking at it, and we were like, that's so cool, just like having a figure in the room with you and everything. So I collected a few more DC Kotobukiya, a couple Star Wars, the Avengers line they had at the time, the Artifacts plus Avengers line, and we ended up going to San Diego Comic-Con in 2015, and that's where I got to see Sideshow statues in person for the first time. And as most of you probably know, their booth at San Diego Comic-Con is absolutely unbelievable. Just all these statues in these glass cases, and they're huge, and they're so well sculpted and painted. And I was walking through there even at that time because I was still kind of on the Kotobukiya stuff, and I was like, man, I would love to have one of these, but still, I don't know if I could afford it or swing a price that high. And then I found out about payment plans.
So, where would we be without the payment plan?
I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe instead of buying like a $50 statue maybe every month, like a Kotobukiya 10th scale, well, I'll just not buy those, and I'll do a payment plan that's like $50 a month, and then I can maybe get one of these premium formats. So Daredevil had just come out on Netflix at the time, and the original Sideshow Daredevil premium format was up for pre-order, and I was like, that's got to be the first one. I think it was like maybe $300 back then, which I missed those prices because they quickly, after I started, kind of went up from there. But yeah, I went on the payment plan, got it. I know that statue's kind of aged a little bit as compared to a lot of what you see now, but it's a special one to me. It was my first one from Sideshow, and it was, you know, it just kind of builds from there, as you know. So I went Spider-Man after that, the Green Goblin premium format, and then it just exploded. So like I said, it's been going for about 5 years. I love it, enjoy it. It's just such a fun hobby, and just kind of look to just through this channel even just kind of build on how much fun it is and talk about it on chats like this, review stuff, talk about other things we collect, because I don't just collect statues, I like other stuff too, kind of what Drew said earlier. And it's been a fun journey so far, but just looking to see how it kind of grows, and just awesome getting to do the channel with Drew. What y'all probably don't know is we're best friends. So I never thought I'd get to do something like this with my best friend, and collect together and stuff like that, which is amazing because we've known each other since the 6th grade. We met on the playground playing basketball. So
it's a good day.
It was a good day. So just again, being able to do this with my best friend is awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And guys, well, actually, my way of collecting and getting into statues is pretty funny. I mean, this is kind of where it started for me, coming over to my best friend's house all the time, and his collection just kept growing and growing. And, you know, I'm into most of the same stuff he is. And I was like, man, I got to get started. I started out pretty small with, I think the first decent piece I got was the 6-scale figure, the Darth Maul from Sideshow.
Yeah.
If you remember that one. I loved it, but it just wasn't enough for me. Don't get me wrong, figures and Hot Toys are great for some people, especially when it comes to the face sculpts. They're absolutely ridiculous. But for some reason, man, I like statues better, just like Austin. We like the fixed positions with maybe a little bit of switch outs, but like polystone and all those materials they use, there's something special about it. So I started small with Iron Studios. I think my first Iron Studios piece was Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. My favorite character from Guardians of the Galaxy. And then it slowly just built more and more. And then my biggest piece, though, I wanted, and this is what I hated about getting late into the collecting game, was nobody was making Godzilla pieces for a good while. Thank you, XM. I'm so glad you're getting into that and making some. It's probably going to hurt my wallet, but it'll be worth it in the end. But I was hunting for a Godzilla piece, and they were, I think we talked about it. What did I say? They were minimum like $1,500 on eBay, even for the smaller one that I have, which is better than the maquette, by the way. It really is. And that one was even more than the maquette. And then one day, man, it popped up for a price I couldn't pass up. So I hopped on it immediately, and I got that one. And y'all, when you get that first big statue, it opens the floodgates for sure. And of course now, along with statues, we're doing Pokemon cards, and some of you may not be into it, which totally get. That's why we always talk about collect what you like, not what's popular. But it's been awesome getting back into that, and I've just sent my first batch of cards to get graded. I'm probably going to send comics too, because Austin, that's another thing he's done with me, is kind of got me back into comics. I haven't gotten into comics in a long time, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. But the main things I'll be collecting, because when I was a kid, it all started with Godzilla for me. Like the really bad stuff, if you go back and watch it, it looks so silly today. Like with Godzilla and Baby Godzilla and all those characters. But I'm really loving the direction Godzilla's going in, and now they're creating so many Godzilla statues. So I'll be looking out for those. Batman, I think, will always be my favorite, especially when it comes to the original animated series. And Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, that's just a masterpiece to me. And y'all have seen some of the Iron Studios pieces I've gotten, and I will continue to get them as they come out, no question about it. And I'd love to have that whole collection. And then, of course, the one thing I've never paused and picked back up again is Dragon Ball Z. I think that's one thing I've been consistent with my whole life. I absolutely love the story. And I'm going to continue to build on, well, I only have one statue from Dragon Ball Z, but the thing is, no companies like Sideshow are making them. Prime One's coming out with stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about those yet, because the best ones are still made by companies over in China, but it's kind of scary ordering those sometimes. I think I waited, 3 or 4 months after I ordered that Vegeta, and and it was already out and made. It wasn't a pre-order or anything, guys, and there was no way I could track it. It was very worrisome. So I'd like to figure out a better way to get Dragon Ball Z statues. But man, I think that about wraps it up for all my collecting right now. Getting a little more into artwork as well. I love artwork and autographs, as y'all have seen in my collection video, matching those up with statues. So I've had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
And now for our next segment, I guess we'll talk about what we're looking forward to this year and what we've pre-ordered. We both have actually a lot of pre-orders, so I'll let Austin pick up with this next segment.
Yeah, so I think the next thing coming in for me is actually, speaking of Kotobukiya, the Tusken Raider from Star Wars, Kotobukiya. It's a 7th scale statue, and what I've heard a lot of people saying, I completely agree, is it looks like it belongs in the Sideshow Star Wars Mythos line. I mean, it just kind of has that kind of stylized look to it, and I just think it looks amazing. So that's supposed to come out. It did just get delayed, but I think it's supposed to come out like March, or not even March, but I think maybe April or May. So I think that's the next thing coming in for me. I'm excited about a lot of stuff. XM, I've got the Red Hood 1/6 and the Mira 1/6 on order, so those should be coming out, I think, Q2 maybe. And then the Mandalorian and Grogu premium format from Sideshow. I've got that. Can't wait to see that.
It's
awesome. Just had to have a great representation of those characters, because that is now my favorite TV show of all time. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see, I did order the Mandalorian life-size helmet from Effects through Sideshow from season 2. So that's going to be coming in. And then probably the thing I'm actually most excited about, because Obi-Wan Kenobi, as I'm sure you'll hear me talk about many times even in the future, is my favorite Star Wars character. Really my favorite character in like any medium ever. And so with the new Obi-Wan Mythos statue coming out in the Clone Wars armor, that's my most anticipated statue of the year. So yeah, as far as like current stuff that's coming out, I think in like the next maybe 5 or 6 months, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Can't wait to get them in and get them in the collection and review them and talk about them. I think they're just going to be really awesome. And then always on the lookout. I know probably I would just say, and I'm sure many of you will agree, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, but my most anticipated reveal is the Ahsoka premium format. That they revealed it on 12 Days of Sideshow on Christmas, and we've seen nothing since. All we've gotten is just like a picture with Ahsoka Tano on it. So it's just like, what are they doing? And what's it going to look like? So I can't wait to see the reveal. I'm calling that we're probably going to see the full reveal on May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout. I bet you it's coming. And that's what I want to see the most, because I mean, unless they just completely somehow screw it up, that's a day one pre-order. So really, really excited about that. But what about you?
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to see which version they pick of Ahsoka.
Yeah, it should be really cool.
That's the one I think that has some fans on edge for sure.
It does. It's been like, everybody's been asking for it for years. So it's like, don't screw this up.
Oh, man. And as for me, guys, so right now, I think the first one I'll be getting this year, that is, if everything stays on schedule, is the Iron Studios 1/10 from The Dark Knight. I would love to pair that up with the Christian Bale I already have. I just think it looks awesome. So, and the way Iron Studios, man, even for the small statues, and for many of you people out there that are thinking about collecting or whatever, and you're not sure about the big statues, I'm telling you, start with Iron Studios. I'm still going to collect mostly premium formats, especially when I get a new and bigger space, but I still love to pick up Iron Studios statues every now and then. The detail is just getting absolutely ridiculous, and they're space savers. So I definitely want to have like a whole just Dark Knight collection of all of them together. Hopefully we'll get a Tom Hardy Bane soon.
That's the Joker, right, that you were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
When do you know when that's supposed to drop?
I'm trying to think of everything, the order it's come out in. I want to say November, December.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah. I couldn't remember. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah, really and then they announced before that though the Batman Begins version of Christian Bale's Batman that still hasn't been up for pre-order, and they announced that thing a while back.
Yeah,
I think it was during Sideshow Con.
I think it was too.
So hopefully that goes up, because I'll get that too. I want all the versions of Christian Bale's Batman for sure. I'm trying to think of what else I pre-ordered. What's the company that I got the smaller Jin Sakai statue from? The one where you pre-ordered but you canceled the Borderlands statue.
Gosh. Level 52?
Level 52.
Yeah.
Yeah, level 52. So there is a Jin Sakai statue. For those of you who haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, I'm making him order that game so he can play it with me soon.
I need to.
It's, in my opinion, next to Borderlands, it's my favorite game I've ever played. So I had to get the statue of the main character. And that's a smaller statue. We know the one coming out from Prime 1 is going to be such a big hit. I'll talk about that in a second. But the smaller one has phenomenal detail. It doesn't list the scale on Sideshow's website, but it looks to be around a 1/10. And I'm actually going to have the masked version of that when the unmasked version, because I want Jin's face to be revealed. And that'll be paired up next to the big statue. It's my biggest statue I'll get for this time in my collecting, but my first Prime 1 statue. So I'm super excited to get that in the collection. The base is just insane. A little worried about the shipping and all the small pieces, especially with like the golden leaves, the little Inari shrine, and then of course the fox. But I'm sure Prime 1 always does an amazing job with their statue, so I'm sure it'll get to me safely. And I won't see that statue for a long time.
Prime 1, they can make you wait.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, because don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars stuff. I live vicariously through Austin for a lot of the Star Wars stuff.
I talk about Star Wars a lot.
A lot. And I keep up with all the Star Wars stuff. It's just, it's not as high on my list of stuff, like my favorite stuff like Dragon Ball Z, Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, and certain anime and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, that's the toughest part about collecting, is like you have to narrow it down sometimes. And I tell Austin all the time, as awesome as his room is, it's going to end up being one gigantic Star Wars room. So we'll see that transformation on the channel over time. But I have pre-ordered the Kotobukiya Mando and the Child, or Grogu. I think it's an awesome statue. If I keep it, it'll be the only Star Wars statue I'll keep. It'll probably replace my Darth Maul from Kotobukiya now. But if I end up letting it go, it might be a giveaway on the channel. So stay tuned for that. Trying to think of what else this year. Oh, and one thing we haven't talked about, we're both super amped up for the 25th anniversary set from Pokemon that I think is going to come out late October, early November. We'll do a lot of openings together for that one. Tyler will probably be with us. We're just not too excited about the Pokemon card sets that are out right now. And don't get us wrong, Pokemon's awesome, but everyone has their Pokemon they like. Everyone has their generation they like. And these new generation, especially with battle styles, that's more of like a set you want to like play the card game with rather than collect. But yeah, keep on the lookout for that anniversary set. You can't find Pokemon cards in stores right now.
Yeah.
But I guess
hopefully they'll use some of the original art from some of the like beginning sets too, kind of like XY evolutions. That would be amazing.
Yeah, we need a Blastoise and a Venusaur original.
We do.
That would be amazing. And actually, guys, the next big part of my display I'm making, once I start getting graded cards in, I'm gonna have a whole case with all my favorite graded cards. I think I'm going to have a case where I'm going to have, it was originally 12, but I think I can rearrange everything to where it's going to be 36 graded cards. It's going to look absolutely insane. And it's going to be expensive, this whole process. You probably won't see the display till the end of the year, because I'm going to have to send in cards, get them graded, get them back, all that whole thing.
It's like waiting for a statue.
Yeah, it's just as bad. And
takes forever.
Yeah, that's the thing with this collecting, man, is having to learn patience. Yeah. That was I guess the one good thing when I first started collecting stuff that was older, is like I ordered it and it came within a week or two.
As long as it's in stock, it just it's to you. Yep.
But now, especially for the Jin Sakai from Prime 1, that one, I try not to think about it sometimes because it's just so far away. But that's one I'm going to be so excited to do a review. That for sure, along with my quarter scale Vegeta and then the Godzilla I have, they'll probably never leave my collection. And that'll be kind of the foundation of my collection moving forward as I collect bigger statues. I guess now we're to segment 3.
Yeah.
We'll talk about our the channel and what we're going to do moving forward. So I'm going to move it over here to Austin because, guys, Austin has so many cool ideas. He's the one that comes up with all our cool, like, names and catchphrases for our different series, like Collect or Neglect, and then what was the other? Reveal or Conceal. Yeah. I don't know how he came up with this. He was like, what do you think? And he sends these names. I'm like, dude, it sounds perfect. Like, we're going to continue that moving forward. So very excited for that, but take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of like I already mentioned, I mean, we'll be doing reviews of figures. We actually just did the Mando and the Child deluxe set from Hot Toys this past week on Wednesday, I believe. But figures, statue reviews, we'll keep doing the Pokemon card openings and stuff. But yeah, we'll like we've said kind of throughout the video, we like to kind of dabble in a lot of different things because we just have a lot of different interests. So I mean, we'll do, the series is called Fresh Reads. We'll be doing like novels, like Star Wars novels, comics from Star Wars, DC, whatever. Drew loves Batman, like he said. So, I mean, we'll be kind of doing some of that kind of stuff. I've actually got some cards, like original kind of base set cards that I sent off to PSA back like at the end of August. So those should be coming back to me like in the next couple months, hopefully.
Those turn times.
Yeah, so there's a Charizard, base set, Blastoise, Shadowless Venusaur, some good cards. They're not like in great condition, but still worth a decent amount and just really nostalgic because I mean that's kind of back where it all began. So back when we were like 9, 10 years old. So excited to see those, and we'll just continue doing kind of chats like this. We'll do like a chat probably every couple weeks and just talk about new announcements that have come out, what our thoughts on the statues are, figures, maybe Pokemon news, just all kinds of pop culture stuff. I mean, we're excited about the movies coming out this month, the Snyder Cut for DC, the Justice League, and Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, he's freaking out about that one. I mean, we're
absolutely freaking out.
We'll be just, I mean, diving into all kinds of stuff because, again, all that stuff really interests us, and we want to make sure that we kind of talk about and do stuff for all those kind of things because we don't want to be just kind of too narrow onto like one specific thing necessarily. But I would definitely say as far as my collection goes, it is more than anything like statue focused, but again, tons of other things that I'm interested in. So we'll just kind of keep the videos coming. I mean, if you've already subscribed to us, you've seen that, I mean, we've been going about a month and a half now and have like 20 videos out there. So again, we're interested in a lot of stuff and we're going to keep just pumping out the videos because we have fun doing it. And we have fun talking about it. So again, just we're so excited just to kind of get the channel up and going, and we're having a blast so far, and we'll keep it coming.
Definitely. And guys, like he said, I'm going to do my first fresh read very soon of the Batman Catwoman comic. It's a couple months old, but that's the thing on this channel. Sometimes we're going to do stuff that might not necessarily be new. It might be something we just recently discovered, and we want to give our opinion ourselves. And Austin, of course, came up with a new series that tonight, From the Vault, I think is going to be great. We're going to get out some of our statues that are a little older or we've had for a long time and review those just to give our opinion of what we think, why we got it, what it means to us. I just think stuff like that is so cool. And yeah, like Austin said, super pumped about the Godzilla movie coming out. And they're actually comics that pair up with the movies. And right now, though, it looks like the comics I may not get till after the movie comes out, so I'm a little worried about that. And I've looked on comic websites, too. I can't read it yet. But either way, you'll get a review of both, either separate or together. That's a big one I'm doing. But the biggest thing, guys, is the phrase we have, collect what you like, not what's popular. We really are going to live by that. And we've actually tried some videos of other stuff that we've kind of scrapped just because it's like, we could put it out just to get views, just to keep content going. But the thing is, we really are serious about when we say our phrase. We want to talk about what we like, what we're into. There's going to be no fake stuff on this channel. We're not going to go grab something just because we think it's going to get 10,000 views. We're going to grab something because that's what we like. And we want to have a community where hopefully y'all are into the same stuff. Whether if you're just a Pokemon guard guy, you're welcome. If you want to check out our other stuff, that's great. If not, that's fine too. If you're just a statue guy, that's fine. Everyone's welcome to this channel. So hit that subscribe button if you're interested, because, I mean, we do have a lot of interest in a lot of stuff. And, you know, they may change over time. New things come out. We're definitely going to start doing even movie reviews. Like Austin said, we want to talk about that stuff with you guys because, I mean, pop culture, it's what we like. We're really into it. And, you know, it's really easy to do this stuff with your best friend. We text each other ideas every day, literally every day. So we're going to keep this going. Hopefully we can stay consistent. As long as we put out at least 2 to 3 videos a week, I think we can pull that off just because it's pretty easy with like fresh reads, collector neglect, stuff like that. And then of course, chats like this. We're not going to try to force a chat every 3 or 4 days or every week if there's not a lot to talk about. We'll do these chats when we feel like there's a ton going on or there's something we really want to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Give us your opinions down below. Let us know just whatever you think. Hit the bell. Do all that good stuff. And please share your opinion. We don't mind disagreement at all. We love to debate. You should see us when we're with our other close friends talking about anything. We don't keep our opinions to ourselves, that's for sure. So with that being said, I guess that wraps it up for our first episode of Squad Goals. So anything you want to say before we head out?
No, just again, just so appreciative for everyone who has subscribed already. And if you haven't, like Drew said, just go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll see all the stuff we're kind of putting out, and we'll just build this thing together. And again, it's going to be fun. We're going to have fun doing it, and just looking forward to see how this next year kind of goes for us. So looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah. Oh, and shoot, we didn't even say thank you for 100 subscribers officially. Thank you so much for that.
Definitely. That's awesome.
So when this video goes up, so it's going to come up after a few Pokemon videos. It'll go up, I think it'll be a Friday. So if you guys are watching this now, tomorrow is a very special video. Austin and his wife are getting together to talk about 5 statues, either Emily's 5 favorites or her 5 least favorite. And y'all, I was editing the video. I was laughing the entire time while editing it. And then because we reached 100 subscribers, also Sunday is my biggest Pokemon opening. I have 10 packs and 2 deck boxes. If you totaled it all together, it's over $1,000 of Pokemon cards.
Yes.
I was sweating bullets, but I will say it's a very good video. So stay tuned tomorrow and Sunday. Very special week. This is something Austin took a screenshot as soon as we hit 100 subscribers and said, "Dude, we did it!"
Let's go.
So we're very excited to have a start of a small community, and y'all are our first 100. So y'all are very special to us. Very glad you're here. And with that being said, collect what you like, not what's popular. See y'all soon, guys. Well, dude, I think that was good.
I think that was good.
Yeah.